Congratulations! You figured out how to work the internet. Welcome to this web edition of Cuse Countdown. I'm your host, Tyler Cass, alongside me, analyst Seth Quam, Matt Reil. We're going to talk about Syracuse, Virginia Tech. The next game, the Orange finally back to 500. They're going to look to continue their hot streak against Virginia Tech. But first, we're going to take a look back at what just happened. Syracuse taking down Georgia Tech Saturday afternoon in the Carrier Dome. 60-57, the final in this one. Guys, what did you see in this game that Syracuse can build on going forward?
Some key plays down the stretch. They did a pretty good job of executing a few mishaps, a missed free throw by Malachi Richardson down the stretch, but overall he came through in the clutch. But the really big thing that I think they can build on is the play from the center position. Dajuan Coleman had a very strong first half. Tyler Lydon as well, making some threes. So that interior play for the Orange was really key for them in this game.
You're definitely right. The interior play is probably the most important thing that they need to continue with, because you see the last two games, they've had two big wins, and it's because their front court has been playing tremendous and much better than a lot of people gave them thought they could play at. And so this is going to have to continue if they want to make some noise and continue to win these games.
The other thing was defensively, Syracuse had a very strong day today. Marcus Georges-Hunt, really a key, very good player for Georgia Tech, has been averaging 25 points the last three games. Syracuse held him to only 6, so that was just stifling zone defense from Jim Boeheim's team.
The past two games, this 2-3 zone has been exactly the way Jim Boeheim thought it would be this year.
Well, that was the past. Time to look ahead. This is Cuse Countdown. It's a preview show after all. And like I said, we're previewing Virginia Tech. Now it's time to meet the Hokies. Seth, we're going to start with you. Which player you picked out for us?
Zach Leday is a key contributor for the Hokies. Registered junior forward. He transferred over from South Florida and has really become a leader for this offense. As you can see there, 16 points a game, 8 rebounds. So really just someone that the Hokies can rely on. Contributes all over the place. Also a very key defender for them. That's the guy you got to start with when you're matching up against Virginia Tech.
Interesting. It took him transferring from Florida to get hot. Matt, on to you.
Yeah, my guy, another transfer, Seth Allen. He transferred from Maryland, actually. Great team this year, so maybe he wishes he stayed there. He actually hit the game-winning free throws against Duke in Maryland's last ACC game. So it's a guy who can bring a lot of talent to this team. He scores a bunch, as you see there. 26 points in their last game against Louisville. He's a guy that they're really going to have to try to contain on the outside.
And more important than all that, fantastic first name.
Yeah.
Seth does like Seth. All right, guys. Those are the Virginia Tech players to watch out for. Now it's time for the factors to watch out for, your X factors for the game.
I'm going to take a Dajuan Coleman. I mentioned it earlier, very good first half. He did a great job of getting the ball, and his guards did a good job of getting him a ball in a position where he could succeed. But then we haven't really seen this all season. He was really using his body, using his strength, and a soft touch around the rim. So if he can continue to do that, and then the other big thing is foul trouble with him. He fouled out with about 5 minutes left. That was key for the Orange, and Georgia Tech was able to get back into that game. And so if he can contribute offensively, which normally he's just a defensive kind of big body out there to get rebounds, if he can actually contribute offensively and stay out of foul trouble, I think Syracuse has a good chance of winning this game.
Yeah, definitely Dajuan Coleman's going to need to play big again, but my X factor is going to be the 2-3 zone defense. It's been incredible the last couple games, and it's going to have to be incredible again. This is a Virginia Tech team that averages over 12 turnovers per game. So this is a team that it does not hold on to the ball very much, and Syracuse is one of the best teams at turning over people in the ACC and the NCAA. So if they can dominate this battle, get 16, 17 steals, I think they have a really good chance at taking this game.
We saw them get several clutch turnovers, forced turnovers and steals, especially Michael Benajay late in this game. So that is another key thing, especially late in games where they can really, win games that way.
All right, Syracuse going for the sweep of the Techs. Virginia Tech, Syracuse, your prediction.
I'm going to go with 8-7 Syracuse. I mentioned the X factor. I think that 2-3 zone is going to be way too much for this Virginia Tech team. Although they are a high-scoring team, averaging over 76 points per game, I think defensively, Syracuse will find a way to lock them down, hold them to under their average, and create enough turnovers to win this game.
I think Syracuse will continue their hot streak at home. Not quite as bullish as you are, Matt. I think it's going to be a little bit closer. We've seen the Orange play down to their competition repeatedly. So I think it's going to be 69-66. Syracuse wins it.
But don't get me wrong, this is a very good Virginia Tech team, so it is going to be a tough game for Syracuse. Just I think they'll be able to pull it out.
Well, we can only talk about it so much. Eventually, the players have to play. That'll be at 8 o'clock. Be sure you tune in afterwards, too, to Orange Press Pass following the game at midnight. But for now, for Matt Reil, Seth Quam, I'm Tyler Cass. This has been Cuse Countdown Online. Enjoy the game.